I was dreaming. Occasionally, when I dream, I become aware that I am, in fact, dreaming. This was one of those times. For some reason, I was alone at a dimly lit, deserted train station. I thought to myself how gloomy this dream was. Suddenly, an announcement echoed through the station in the lifeless voice of a man. The train will be arriving shortly. If you board this train, you will encounter something frightening, it said, inexplicably. Soon after, a train pulled into the station. It looked less like a train and more like the little monkey trains often seen in amusement parks, with several pale-faced men and women sitting in a row. Despite thinking that this was an odd dream, I decided to board the train, curious to see how much fear my own dream could instill in me. If it truly became unbearable, I thought, all I had to do was wake up. After all, whenever I'm aware that I'm dreaming, I can wake up from the dream at will. I took a seat in the third row from the back of the train. There was a lukewarm air flowing around, and it felt so real that I questioned whether I was truly dreaming. "We are departing," announced a voice, and the train started moving. I was both anxious and excited, wondering what would happen next. The train entered a tunnel immediately after leaving the station, with a purplish light eerily illuminating the inside. I thought to myself, this tunnel scene resembles the one from a thriller ride I took in an amusement park when I was a child. Even this train is just a monkey train, ultimately just bringing up images from my past memories. It's not scary at all. Just then, another announcement came over. "Next is Ikazukuri, it's Ikazukuri." Ikazukuri? Like a fish? As I was wondering, suddenly, a loud scream came from behind. When I turned around, a group of little people wrapped in rag-like clothes were swarming around a man seated at the very back of the train. Upon closer look, the man was being sliced with a blade, truly becoming like a fish prepared as Ikazukuri. A strong stench enveloped the area, and the man continued to scream so loudly it hurt my ears. His organs were being removed one after another, scattering bloody viscera everywhere. Just behind me, a woman with long hair and a pale face was sitting. Despite the commotion happening right behind her, she kept staring silently ahead, seemingly unbothered. I was startled by the unexpected turn of events, beginning to feel afraid and questioning whether this was really a dream. I decided to observe a little more before waking up. Before I knew it, the man in the back seat was gone. However, a chunk of something that looked like a dark red mass of blood and flesh remained. The woman in the back was still staring at one point expressionlessly as ever. "Next is Eduridashi, it's Eduridashi," the announcement came over. This time, two little people appeared and started gouging out the woman's eyes with something that looked like a jagged spoon. Her previously expressionless face contorted terribly due to pain, and she let out a deafening scream right behind me. Her eyeballs were protruding from her sockets. The smell of blood and sweat was unbearable. I was scared and shaking, facing forward and crouching down. I thought it was about time to leave. I couldn't keep up with this anymore. Moreover, based on the order, I would be next. I tried to wake up from the dream, but I wanted to know what kind of announcement would be made for me, so I decided to confirm that before escaping from this situation. "Next is minced meat, it's minced meat," the announcement rang out. It was the worst. I could easily imagine what was going to happen, so I concentrated my nerves to wake up from the dream. Wake up from the dream, wake up, usually, it works when I strongly wish for it. Suddenly, I heard a machine-like sound, "Ween." This time, the little people climbed on my knees and brought a strange machine-like object closer. Thinking it was probably a tool to mince me, I was scared and closed my eyes tightly, wishing hard, "Wake up from the dream, wake up, wake up." The ween sound got louder and louder. I felt a wind pressure on my face, and the moment I thought it was all over, it quieted down. Somehow, I was able to escape from the nightmare. I was drenched in sweat, and tears were flowing from my eyes. I got up from my bed and drank a lot of water in the kitchen, and finally calmed down. It was terrifyingly real, but I told myself it was just a dream. The next day, I told all my friends at school about this dream. But they just found it amusing. After all, it was just a dream. For years passed since then. As a college student, I completely forgot about this incident and was busy with my part-time job. And then one night, it suddenly started. Next is Eguridashi, it's Eguridashi. It started from that scene. I immediately remembered, oh, it's that dream. Then, just like last time, two little people were gouging out the woman's eyeballs. I thought this was bad and immediately started wishing, wake up from the dream, wake up, wake up. This time it was hard to wake up. Wake up from the dream, wake up, wake up. Next is minced meat, it's minced meat. It was becoming really dangerous. The ween sound was getting closer. Wake up from the dream, wake up, please wake up. Suddenly it went quiet. I thought I had somehow escaped and tried to open my eyes, when I clearly heard the voice of that announcement say, "Are you going to run away again? The next time will be the last." When I opened my eyes, I was indeed completely awake from the dream and was in my room. The last announcement I heard was definitely not in the dream. I definitely heard it in the real world. What on earth did they say I did? Since then, I haven't had that dream until now, but I'm prepared to die of a heart attack or something when I have it next time. In this world, it might be a heart attack, but in that world, it's minced meat.